What's up, guys? It is Tommy here, and this post is more of a personal post. It's not specifically sales related, but I thought I would share with you guys, and it's specifically how about a year and a half ago I read this book called Top 5 Regrets of the Dying, and it was basically about this young woman who in her 20s was trying to find herself and find her purpose in life, and ended up doing this job of taking care of old people right before they were about to pass. And she would take care of these people whether at their homes or at kind of like an elderly home. And she got to basically be at the bedside of these elderly people who were on the brink of death. And I actually volunteered once to be someone who kind of spends time with someone who's someone who's in an emergency room, and they might not have a lot of family around. And it was this nonprofit program called No One Dies Alone, sponsored by the UCLA hospital. So I got to do that once or twice, and it was an interesting experience, especially reading this book. And what really caught my attention, and my intention for doing this was I wanted to be around people who didn't have a whole lot of time left. I wanted to, in a lot of ways, I wanted death to be my teacher, because I felt like a lot of great people in our society, in our world, they became great because they realized what the sense of urgency that was reality, which was we don't have forever to live around, to be around, and a lot of these people had near-death experiences. So basically, to bring it back, this book, Bronnie Ware, she wrote the top 5 regrets that people most often had on their deathbed, and I thought this was super interesting, because why not learn from all these people who were facing death? Like, what were the things that they wish they had done more of? What were the things that they wish they had done less of? I just thought that would be an incredibly valuable education. So here were the top 5 regrets. Regret number 1 was, I wish I had the courage to live a life true to myself, not the life others expected of me. And this one hit home the hardest, because not only because it was number 1, but I think we all go through struggles of trying to find ourselves, who we are in this world, as opposed to what this world said we're supposed to be. And so that just really spoke home to me, because I am not, I don't think of myself as conventional. Like, I love Latin culture. I loved it when I was out there living in Medellin, Colombia. And most people, especially kids growing up, Asian kids, they don't want that. Their families don't want that for them, and it just was a message to me to be my true self, and be honest with what I wanted, and go out there and pursue that, instead of conforming into what society wanted me to be, or maybe what my parents wanted me to be whatsoever. And reading that was the number 1 regret of people on their deathbeds, just gave me so much validation, because it's like, hey, look, Tommy, you can either live your life to please other people now and regret it for the rest of your life, or you can be true to yourself and do what you feel passionate about and what you feel strongly about. And at the end of the day, you're going to be right with yourself and with your own maker. For me, that's God. So that was incredibly important for me to read about. It was hugely validating. I'll share with you some of the other regrets. Regret number 2, I wish I hadn't worked so hard. What I take this to mean is unfulfilling work that's you're not passionate about, that you're just clocking in for, it's kind of like a hamster wheel. Like, in that instance, I 100% agree. Again, it's like life is too short to not do what we're passionate about. Now, however, I think if you're working hard is something that you're passionate about, in a project that you're really passionate about bringing to life, and I think you should work hard in that situation. Regret number 3, I wish I had the courage to express my feelings. Again, resonate with that hugely, just being authentic and being yourself. I'm sure, as you can probably pick up from this blog here, having the courage to express yourself honestly, I think, is incredibly, incredibly important. And I think, that society, a society we could just really do more of. Um, so